Tkachuk and scores!
Nice Shabbat curled and drives and scores!
And the Senators win it.
Five apart, another chance, Madison scores! Drake Madison, oh, and got it. Green, Green again, scores!
Welcome to Sens Talk. My name is Brandon, and I'm your host. Now, before we get started, be sure to follow us on Twitter at @SensTalk_ and on Instagram at SensTalk. Now, long time no see. Less than 48 hours after the Senators finished their season in a 4-3 thrilling overtime victory over the Toronto Maple Leafs, we are back with some contract extension news. Welcome officially to the 2021 Ottawa Senators offseason. Now, before we get into that contract extension news, a couple things. Firstly, go to SeatGeek.com, use the promo code SensTalk. You'll save $20 off your first purchase. It's a great deal. Make sure to take advantage of that today. As well, we are honored to be sponsored by the premier culture magazine in Ottawa, Faces Magazine. Make sure to check out the new May issue from Faces Magazine today. Magazines are offered for free in grocery stores and select locations across Ottawa, and this month's issue features a cover interview with Mark Methot. Also in this issue, Mark and Brent Wallace discuss their new hit show, The Wally Methot Show. If you haven't checked that show out already, make sure to check it out. The May issue also has features from Gord Wilson, Megan Chayka, and Alex Medias of the Ottawa Redblacks. Also, do not forget to follow Faces on their social channels for great content, crazy contests, and more. That's at Faces Ottawa for their Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook pages. Now, welcome to Contract Extension Frenzy, the first one of many, hopefully. We got Brady Tkachuk coming up, we got Drake Batherson coming up, we got many forwards and defensemen we need to sign. But the first one, the first domino of the fall, Artem Zub signed on a 2-year contract extension. Before we get into the Zub contract extension information and my analysis and everything, I wanted to announce a new series coming to Sens Talk starting tomorrow. At the beginning of this season for the Ottawa Senators, I did a 3-part season preview series for the Ottawa Senators, doing one video on the forwards, one video on the defensemen, and then one video on the goaltenders. You guys seem to love that, so I'm going to do that again for the Senators review series, where I'm going to review the forwards in one video, which will be out tomorrow and Saturday. I'll review the defensemen, and then I'm going to review the goaltending. You guys seem to love that format. Instead of one long video going through the whole team, I'm going to break it down to a 3-part series. So stay tuned tomorrow, Saturday, for the first episode of that series of the Sens season review, where we're going to cover the forwards first. So stay tuned for that tomorrow. So today, the Ottawa Senators announced a 2-year contract extension for Artem Zub. The contract holds an average annual value of $2.5 million, because next year he'll be making $1.75 million, and then the year after $3.25 million. Now, Zub, at the age of 25 in his rookie season in the National Hockey League, appeared in 47 games played for the Ottawa Senators this season, where he compiled 3 goals and 14 points. Now, he also had 26 penalty minutes during those 47 games. Artem Zub as well ranked 2nd among Senators defensemen and 5th among all Ottawa skaters for plus-minus with a +4 rating. Now, this Zub contract, firstly, I love Artem Zub. It goes without saying, this guy is a solid guy. He's a steady presence in the back, and he's like a Mark Methot-esque type of player. Steady, hard-hitting, but effective. He's quiet, but he's effective, and he does all the things that you need to win hockey games and to win a Stanley Cup potentially too. He's a player that all teams would want, and he's essentially like an anchor. We're going to talk about this later with this, what he can do for development, like with Riley and Brandstrom. But Zub is just such a steady defender back there, and that's so valuable, especially on the right-handed side of things. Now, I would have preferred a 3 to 5 year deal for Artem Zub. I cannot complain too much about the deal. I'm just happy. I'm fired up, frankly, to see Artem Zub sign a contract extension with the Ottawa Senators. But I would have preferred it to be a 3 to 5 year deal, because now, at the end of this deal, he'll be a UFA instead of an RFA, which gives Zub in 2 years, especially if he continues this great play, more options and a potential for a bigger payday. So I think Zub took less term for a higher ceiling of money in the future if he continues to play well. He has, I forget his name of his agent, but his agent is one of the top agents in the National Hockey League. So this is like a 1,000 IQ play by Zub and that agent, because if they're betting on himself, he's betting on himself. If Zub continues to play so well, in 2 years, he's going to command much more than $2.5 million deal. That is exactly why, especially with the COVID situation, we don't know how the cap's going to be. So in 2 years, he's really betting on himself, and he may get a huge payday, because the cap probably could go up. He's going to probably play well, and he's going to command more money. So for Ottawa, this may cause some problems down the road, because 2.5 right now is team friendly. But what is he going to command after 2 years? With contracts to Drake Batherson, Brady Tkachuk, and etc. going to be coming down the line here, especially this season and in the near future. Other contracts have to be made. You know, this puts some problems in the future for Ottawa. But for now, this is a great deal. great average value, $2.5 million. I was expecting $3 to $3.2 million for Zub, so it's definitely lower than I expected the dollars, but the term is also lower, and I don't like that. Like I said, I wish it was a 3 to 5 year deal, but hey, Zub is an Ottawa Senator for at least the next 2 years, and there's not really much you can complain about that. Now, like I said, Artem Zub is a great defender. He's sort of like a Mark Mathot presence, anchor on the blue line, big, heavy hits. He also could score some goals. You can see here that first goal in his National Hockey League career, out of the box, breakaway goal, PK Subban-esque, Deeks Freddie Anderson, beautiful goal, falls into the boards, who cares? Artem Zub, first career NHL goal, was a stellar goal, and we've seen, I'm pretty sure, like in practice and stuff, the guy has some silky hands, so he's a great defender, he's a blue line anchor, but he can score on you, man. He's got some Pavel Datsyuk hands too, so watch out. Now, he's also great for development. Look at what he did with Mike Riley. Mike Riley last season, I think he was great. He was pretty good, but this year he took another step forward. And why? That's because he was paired with Artem Zub. Zub allows players, especially on the left-handed side, that being Brandstrom as well, to play their game, to go out, push for offense, take chances, because Zub is going to be back defending the blue line. That's what we saw with Mark Mathot and Erik Karlsson. That's what we're seeing with Zub and Riley. And that's what we saw with Zub and Brandstrom at the end of the season. Zub allows players that are offensively minded, like Riley and Brandstrom and others, to play their game. They let the worry less with the defensive side of things, and the worry more about producing offense. That's the type of defenseman they are, and that's why Zub is so valuable, because he's helped Brandstrom's development immensely. So he helped Mike Riley's development too. So Zub, he is an anchor on the blue line, and he helps his players out too, because he makes them more comfortable and lets them play their game without worrying too much, which is I don't even think you could put a value on that. For a player like a Brandstrom or a Riley, they're not really established yet. Riley, I guess you can say he's established now. Brandstrom is still trying to establish himself as a full-time NHL player. I think this season he proved that, but Zub definitely played a big factor into that, because he allowed Brandstrom to play his game and to get more comfortable and to push for offense, knowing that Zub will be back there. Lastly, Sens fans, including myself, absolutely love this guy, so we're fired up to have you back. Welcome back to Ottawa, Artem Zub. But besides that, thank you all for watching. I'll see you tomorrow for the Senators forward season in review. But besides that, thank you for watching. Make sure to like this video, share this video with your cool stuff, and click the big red button down there, and subscribe to us. And most importantly of all, turn the notification bell on so you get notified whenever we upload a new video. Besides that, thank you all for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Go Sens, go.